Next we have Emma Chamber. Oh, hold on. Emma Chamberlain.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Okay,
decompress this for a second. I love this thing, but it hurts. I'm gonna be like, this is art form.
hey guys, it's Andrea, and today I'm going to be talking about the Met Gala red carpet this year. And I have with me a very special guest. I have my mom. My mom. Mom, say hi.
Hi guys, how are you?
So if you're asking yourself, you're sitting at home, you have all these people who sit on their podcasts and they're there judging the Met Gala in their sweatpants in a couch, totally unqualified. We are somewhat qualified. um, or at least my mom is fully qualified. She is a fashion designer. She went to the Parsons School of Fashion. She has 2 degrees, 2 whole degrees from that school. She launched her own design, her own brand. She has worked for many brands as well. Mom, who have you worked with slash worked for?
Well, I've had the wonderful pleasure of working with your Carolina Herrera, Michael Kors, and some smaller brands as well. So yeah, very excited. And I worked with the ateliers, Lemery and Lesage, which are the Chanel ateliers in Paris. So yes.
Awesome. And I, as a teenager, was forced to to be my mom's intern. I will put I was not paid. I was paid in experience, as every New Yorker will say. It's paid with experience.
Well,
Um, so very much had a Devil Wears Prada summer where my mom had her short bob cut and I was behind her carrying 20 tote bags and luggages full of fabric.
you know,
So I'm
okay,
so I'm
yeah.
somewhat qualified. We say that we got 3 degrees for the price of two. So I'm half qualified. I've like learned a lot from my mom and working alongside her, and I used to model for her too. So I was there. Like I get a little check mark. We both know fashion pretty stinking well. So so before we start, we're just gonna do a little cheers, mom.
Cheers.
Okay, so let's get this started. So
Yes.
starting off, we're gonna talk about the Met Gala co-chairs and of course, the queen herself, Anna Wintour.
Yes.
So
Anna Winter is wearing Louis in this look, which I love. I personally, as a designer, feel that she's always on point with her looks. She understands her position and knows how to communicate it well through her look. She's very understated and leaving the spotlight for her guest, which I
yeah, I really like it. The embroidery on her coat is a reference to the embroidery on a piece that's actually in the exhibit. I like it. I like this piece. I think it fits. 12 out of 10. Our queen, our reigning queen. She scares me.
yes.
Speaking of queens, Zendaya, the new Met Gala queen, because Rihanna got sick and Blake Lively is a mom now. So her first look is by Mason Margiela by John Galliano. And then she's in vintage Givenchy for her second look on the right there.
Yes, I mean, I love both Givenchy and Maison Margiela are
Mhm.
both great houses. Um, the reference to John Galliano, the 1999 runway is just phenomenal for me. I feel like they hit it on point with the makeup, with the
Mhm.
attitude. No, she always does great on
She
any
does.
outfit.
She's
So
stunning.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that she did really well. I'm pleasantly surprised always.
I like that, we didn't really have a lot of performance pieces this year, which was unfortunate. I like that she had that transition, very much giving Lady Gaga in, I think it was Camp, when she had that whole transition between like her 4 different looks. Definitely follows like the story of um, the Garden of Time, which is what the dress code is. So it's very much giving like, rich aristocrat enjoying the fruits of the garden to the very end when they get killed by an angry mob.
Yes, and in the morning portion of it too. I feel like when you look at this dress, is a lady in mourning, so I feel like
Mhm.
it really plays with the theme.
Mhm. And it's so whimsical, and I love it.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think that John Galliano looked played on the
Mhm.
whimsical side, and then the Givenchy was a little more literal. But
Yeah.
I love that they went all for it. I mean, the makeup, the hair, like they really had
Mhm.
fun
Mhm.
with this look. On both. On really, she did really well. Her stylist is awesome, obviously, and they did a great job coming up with the look. So I'm really proud of what
Yeah.
they, yeah.
One of many wins by Maison Margiela tonight. We'll see a lot more of that designer. Next we have Next we have Jennifer Lopez and Schiaparelli.
Yes, we got J-Lo and Schiaparelli. I mean, the House of Schiaparelli
She's
is
pretty.
is beautiful. It's a
She's
very,
pretty. She looks really nice. I don't think it's a Met Gala look, or at least not by a co-chair.
I think it's a very J-Lo look.
It
Um,
is.
I think it speaks very much of her aesthetic. And it's beautiful and she looks phenomenal and stunning. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman.
I
But
just wanted more.
yes, I agree. I think she could have pushed it a little bit further, especially being a co-chair, right?
Yeah, I think it's less about the dress and more the way that it was styled. I think if they had done something more interesting with her hair and makeup and made it more into like a costume for the event, I would have appreciated it a lot more. I think that it kind of just falls short. It looks like this is something that she could wear to like the Cannes like music festival, you know what I mean?
Yes. And
Or
also
film festival.
I know I'm being very like nitpicky here, but what's the clutch for? A lady like that shouldn't even have to carry anything, and it doesn't even really
It
speak.
doesn't do anything. It looks random.
No, it just looks like she's holding on to something because she needs a place to hold her cell phone. And I mean, being J-Lo, come
It
on.
definitely has handlers who can like hold that stuff.
Exactly. So I feel like she could have done without the clutch.
Yeah.
Even taking away the necklace, and I know it was a gorgeous necklace. I'm not,
I don't think the necklace was needed.
it wasn't. And I think they could have had a lot more fun with the hair. Her being like a performer, a stage
Mhm.
performer, I think she could have brought out the drama, the fairy tale story. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman. I really think they could have pushed it a lot further with this look.
Next, we have Bad Bunny and Mason Margiela. And I love, 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 love this fit. I love that they have those like sewing lines going down the coat, which I put in bold here. I put it bigger here so that you could really appreciate it and really see it. Um,
So those little sewing lines are basically the markings that you do. They're called basting lines. And when you're working through the pieces of a tailor suit, you baste all the pieces before you hand stitch everything together. Because when you're working with haute couture, everything is hand stitched. So I love that it was really showing that process work that, underneath, that no one ever gets to see that beautiful like tailor hand. So I really enjoy this look. I love the shoes, by the way. I don't
the
know if
shoes are really, really cool.
and Bad Bunny, I mean, he's added everything, like the whole look speaks Bad Bunny. And I'm not shocked that it was Mason Margiela who dressed him. I think it's very on point with his personality and the look, and it really went on with the theme. I mean, he looks like a gentleman from the garden, who has definitely gone through the time. So I think they nailed it. Bad Bunny was like one of my
It's
favorites.
so good. It's so good. And one of the few men who really nailed the red carpet.
And his attitude, I don't know, and I'm speaking
Yeah.
a little bit longer, but they interviewed him, and I love, love, love the fact that they would talk to him in English and he would just respond back in Spanish.
Mhm, mhm.
I thought that was awesome.
So here we have Chris Hemsworth and his wife Elsa Pataky in Tom Ford, and they're giving us nothing. He is simply a dude in a suit. I don't even want to talk about him, which is really unfortunate because he's a co-chair. And one, I have no idea why he's a co-chair. I don't know how they picked these people. I think it's really funny that it's J Lo, Zendaya, Bad Bunny, and Chris Hemsworth.
I
And I'm like,
don't
what
know
does
what requisites are.
I have no idea. Um, he's giving us absolutely nothing. I don't like this dress on his wife. I really don't like it. It's
Tell
not
you, my pet peeve with the dress is that hip
that,
curve that's very
yeah.
unnecessary. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bash her a little bit here.
The
Uh,
line
not sorry,
is
I'm just gonna bash her a little. You can see her. It's an unnecessary cut, and I love Tom Ford, but on this particular look, it just feels like it was something done just to add some sort of interest. It was really not called for. And on top of that, you could see like her body shape under, like her under.
the shapewear underneath. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I don't like that you can see it because it's not even like it doesn't feel like it's a part of it. Because it's like if it's gonna be visible, it should be a part of the outfit, a part of what you're trying to present, and it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like she didn't want to be naked, which is fine, but
I mean,
it's not doing anything. I think they're trying to go for like the Sands of Time look that a couple other people tried to do.
I get,
Not all successful, but it doesn't. It just feels very boring.
but it just speaks very Ralph Lauren, like weekend in the Hamptons having dinner with
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
And I mean, we're at the Met Gala.
It feels very much like a Real Housewives of whatever decided to have like a Met Gala themed like wine party and
Yeah,
they showed up. It doesn't feel like they showed up to the actual Met Gala.
yeah. Yes, I agree
Which
with that.
again, we will see with a couple other people. They're not the only ones. Next, we're going to get into the biggest flops of the night. These are the people who showed up, and my mom and I just kind of were like, I have no idea what went through their head, and they just kind of were just off the mark. Just the bad construction, bad design, just bad in general. So, first flop of the night is Cardi B in Windowsin. I I don't know. I don't know what she was going for. I think maybe like a black flower. Um, she has this tendency to show up to the Met Gala and kind of just give us tampon.
Her attitude over the top is great. I honestly, I feel for the poor girl because this was such a horrendous dress. It did nothing for her. I feel for her and the designer as well. This was like
Yeah.
tool gone wrong. And also, what's up with the hairpiece?
I didn't understand the hairpiece.
I think
So
we
the
remarked
we have
it.
a couple people who have the hairpiece that we just did not understand.
The
Um,
Maggie Simpson look.
yeah, yeah, the Marge Simpson look.
Marge Simpson, that's right. The Marge Simpson look.
Um, which is there's gonna be a little controversial. There's a lot of people that actually really like this Cardi B look, but I think it's because they just like Cardi B like slaying, which I'm not saying she looks bad. I'm saying this is off the mark for what the dress code was.
Well, I mean, I will say I don't see where the dress actually does anything for her
I
other
think that's all I will
than
say. I think
highlights.
it's because it is black and there is a army of men in black suits behind her. So I think that's not doing her many favors in this photo. But seeing her like live, like she looks great. Like obviously she's gorgeous, but this dress just was not it.
I agree. It was not it. I think she could have done a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot more ways to show your grandness without just necessarily taking up territory. And
Yeah.
I feel like she's already done this. And she should,
Yeah.
her stylist should really move on and seek to like pull more from the theme, especially that she's such a public figure. They could really pull from like the
Yeah.
ideas, the more subjective ideas.
It's because Cardi B is definitely not a one trick pony. Next, we have Sarah Paulson in Prada.
I love both Sarah Paulson. I also love Prada, but this was just not the
This
right
this was
combo.
so bad. I don't understand what's going on with the ribbons here. The coquette theme has already left the building. I don't know why there's this black train going behind her. It doesn't look like it was on purpose. Um, it's it's so bad. I don't like this dress
I don't understand how it relates to the Garden of Time theme
at
at
all.
all. I
It
do love that Donatella Versace is standing right behind her.
with two men, I think that that's the best part of this photo is her little arm candy.
Sarah Paulson, though, I am so sorry. She's
Yeah.
a fabulous actor, but just not her best night.
Yeah, her stylist really did her dirty. Um, yeah. Moving on. We have FKA Twigs and Stella McCartney. Um, she obviously is stunning. I did see an interview talking about how with the talk of like a garden and like the environment, talking about sustainability, these are lab grown diamonds and ethically sourced wool, which is great. However,
You know,
aesthetically, I don't see how it fully pertains for the carpet.
I don't feel like it ties to the theme, and I love Stella McCartney, but I don't understand the code. I don't know where they were going with it. There's not much of a story behind the piece, and it's
Yeah,
just, yeah, to me, it's just like, hey, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, and I mean, by all means, yes, she does look stunning. Um,
but that's more a credit to her body than like the work.
and the actual work for yes.
Next, we have Tiana Taylor in the Blondes. So let me be the first to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I hate this look so bad. I think starting from the top, just like I think she was going for the bedraggled hair look that Kim K was referencing in hers. Which is I a pet peeve of mine. Sleeping Beauties is the exhibit, not the dress code. The dress code is Garden of Time. The Sleeping Beauty Reawakening Designs is the exhibit. And if you want to give a nod to the exhibit, that's fine. But trying to make the exhibit the dress code is not how to go about it at all. So anyone who tries to look like they just woke up, automatic failure in my book. Um, I also hate that you can see at the top of the dress, the flowers don't have a backing, so you're just seeing the wrong side of the fabric. I also just hate this velvet. It looks like she like grabbed just like a curtain off of stage and just like showed up wearing it.
And she's obviously a gorgeous girl. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have dressed somebody with her figure. I mean, stunning woman, but unfortunately, the blondes did not do her
Yeah.
well at all. The fabric choice, the execution of the dress, the
The color.
yes, the color. I mean, and then I'm gonna go as far as the nail polish. She's got baby blue nail polish in her toes. I don't,
Yes, because also it doesn't match her fingernail polish, which makes me feel like she had other shoes that she didn't wear for this.
which again, it does happen, but you should be prepared. You should
Prepared.
have backups. I mean,
Yeah.
she looks like a poorly hung ornament.
Next, we have Precious Lee in Bad Bitch Tong Tong. I she's one of the few I'll give her credit where she tried to go for like a bug, I think. I
I'll give her that she went for the mythical or more like,
yeah,
fairy tale
um
aspect. What's up with those buttons? What are they?
I
And
don't know. It's like the glitter buttons going down. It looks like she's pooping them
lace,
out. I'm gonna
yeah,
be so for real. It looks like she's pooping out diamonds, which I don't know if that was part of it or not. I don't like the diamonds on the nipples. I think it doesn't look
the placement is way too low. If
also
again,
that also it's not even where the nipples are.
exactly. So I don't know what they were trying to accentuate, but I'm like, honey, they did not accentuate you well at all. I mean,
I don't like the wings either. They look so poorly made. And it's like if you wanted to do wings, there are plenty of artists who make really detailed, really beautifully crafted wings.
like
And then
for those
like
of
you grab like scrap metal and just like wrapped fabric around it. So bad.
really bad.
They Next we have Sarah Pigeon and Christopher John Rogers. I'm gonna move you out of the way so that we can see this a little bit clearer.
Okay.
Um, so when we were first going through the looks, we I think we still don't really know what was trying to happen here. To me, it looks like a Parsons, like a first year Parsons student had to go into the scrap fabric pile because they didn't have any more fabric, and then this is what they made for like their final project. Um, I
I love how you can make reference to that.
I don't
Um,
I have no idea what the thought process is. I can try to grasp at straws for so many looks where I'm just like, I don't know where it came from, but maybe this I have no idea. This is the first time that I'm really just I've got no clue.
you know, it looks like a deconstruction look. I thought about it also. I did no idea. No idea, but it was, yes, I know. It's like you gather all of the wrong materials and put them all into one piece. But honestly, like I would fire the stylist. And
I would
I
never work with my someone hates Sarah Pigeon
yeah,
on
yeah,
her team.
not at all on theme. I
No.
don't see how it relates at all to, you know, the Garden of Time. So again, even the colors don't speak to me as part of the theme. Nothing does. Definitely a flop.
Next we have Lizzo and Wine Santo. I I was really hoping to get a lot from Lizzo this year, but instead she gave us fly trapped inside of that mesh cover that you put on top of food when you're having a garden party. Um, I know what they were trying to go for and like talking about form and like some underpieces. There are some people who pulled that off. Lizzo is not one of them. I don't like these like fake paper flowers stuck in random places. I don't like how it looks like it's not ironed and like it doesn't fit right.
You know, I feel like the issue here came with the construction, and I'm not sure who the team is, you know, but
Mhm.
when you're dealing with somebody as beautiful as Lizzo and voluptuous, you want to make them look their best. They got a
Yeah.
phenomenal figure. And I know that they went for the corset structure in order to give the volume, but you could have ended that at the bottom and then used a different, you know, there could have been a much better execution to this with an undergarment as well. They would have made the fabric lay better. Uh, but honestly, can we just talk about the headpiece? Like, please, like the poor woman looks like she's
I
trapped and she looks like the dogs that get like put on a collar and then they can't, like, I mean, come on, you
you
know,
put Lizzo in a cone. Oh, oh, poor baby.
yeah.
Um, Next is Brie Larson and Prada and Fred Leighton. This is kind of in the same vein, except she didn't get like accidentally put in the oven or something. Like she is like the net.
Yeah, she's like the lid that you
She's
use.
the before. She's the before, and then like Lizzo's the after of this garden party.
Yes.
Next, I have a section called H&M because I feel like there were so many outfits that looked like they just kind of went up and grabbed them from H&M. Um, so this is a big collection of them. Just like either
And
like
these are
random,
not, by the way, these are not the H&M looks though, because they're
and
wearing
they're not. None of them
dresses.
are. The one on the left is my Kors.
Yeah.
And
And you
Dove
have
Cameron is in
Chloe,
Dolce &
Paul
Gabbana.
Versace on here.
Yeah.
Like These are all designer dresses.
They're all big designers and they all look like prom dresses from H&M. And I don't know what's up with that. A big, the big person for tonight that falls into this is Dua Lipa wearing Marc Jacobs and Tiffany and Co. I hate it. I hate it. A lot of people liked her in this look. I think people just like Dua Lipa, which is great. She's great.
Listen,
This look is atrocious.
this looks like this is another one that looks like, if you go to Parsons at the end of the semester and you go to the faculty and you gather all the, because you're running out of your budget or something, and you're like, I gotta get creative. And then what's up with the fur? I really don't understand that one.
Yeah, it's I think that's feathers.
It just looked like an afterthought. It looks like fake fur, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
Oh, going down the coat.
Yes.
Yeah, because up here is the feathers going into like a fake fur. I have no idea. I have no clue.
Yeah, so it's just yes.
So next we have one of our big sort of themes for the night, right? Because obviously in a garden, you're going to have your flowers. So here we're going to say if the look is totally in bloom or totally wilted. First, we have Lala Anthony and Alexander McQueen. Um, I I
Am I
think it kind of is.
wilted?
Yeah, I wilted. I don't super like I think the dress is just poorly constructed. There are these lines in the lace, like up here by her shoulders. The
Same
the
line.
gloves look like it's also like bunched up near her hands, and it kind of looks like an afterthought.
It
Um,
feels like the lace is like a bodysuit bought from Amazon.
yeah, another H&M find.
And then
I don't like the tricorn like top near the bust either. I don't think it's doing anything. I think if they were going to do that, they should have been a lot more dramatic with it.
I
It's
feel
like it's a beautiful dress, but it's just not really giving Met Gala.
I feel like they were taking on the widow from the garden, the widow being the
Mhm.
spider, right? And then you can kind of see like maybe that's what they and I mean this is just me like brainstorming on like what it could because
Mhm.
of the silhouettes, right? Like the
Yeah.
spider web, she's the widow of the garden. But at the same time, like you said, the lace, the hemming, not it just looks like a very cheap lace. There was like an afterthought pulled together, not good at all. Not good execution.
Next, we have Emma Chamberlain and John Paul Gaultier. And she's totally in bloom. Despite technically being a part of the dead flowers, she's definitely in bloom. I love this look.
I agree. I think she's a bloom. This is what you call the Black Widow in bloom. She totally nailed it. The
Mhm.
lace work. I have one pet peeve, and you know me, like as a design, I don't think the bottom of the dress needed the boning on the sides. There seems to be a lot of boning, which is very much in line with Jean Paul Gaultier's house. However, I don't feel like it was needed all the way to the end of the structure.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me to the point that I would say
Mhm.
much about it. It's just something I noticed as a designer, but she's definitely in bloom.
And I love her gloves. We'll see a lot of gloves tonight, a lot not doing much, a lot not fitting great, but hers, this is exactly what you want out of a Met Gala glove.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she's definitely on that whimsical, even
Mhm.
though it's the dark side of the whimsical garden,
It's definitely fantasy.
it is. And I love that they took it all the way to the makeup and the hair. They really thought about the whole
Mhm.
look, not just the dress. L-
Cynthia Erivo and Tom Brown,
Also, flower
that
and bloom. Love,
for
love,
sure,
love this
for
one.
sure.
Love
This
this.
is what we want to see at the Met Gala. I love this look. I love the flower petals. I love the embroidery on it. I love how extra it is. On the back of Cynthia's head, there's actually a dragonfly like crystal like glued to her head, which I absolutely love. I forgot to put a photo of it on here, but it's so I thought it was super funny, but I love to know that that's there. I also love that she incorporated all the little buggos that are in the garden.
It's such a badass, like
Hmm.
everything from the outfit to Cynthia, the
Hmm.
whole take, and there's a mix of the times in here. It's like the garden getting eaten, and
Hmm.
just the level of detail that it took for this garment to, you know, to be in this picture. Tom Brown has an incredible house when it comes to like details and fine-tuning the craftsmanship of a garment. So you can see
Hmm.
how he took like this bold cut of what would be a suit, made it into a crop top suit, showing up her waist. I mean, the execution is just phenomenal. And her attitude carries it so well. So it's like the wind carrying you through the garden while you get like eaten by all the little bugs.
For sure, for
I
sure.
hate bugs, but in this case, they nailed it.
The win. Next, we have Lana Del Rey and Alexander McQueen. And I love, love, love this look. This is exactly what you want to see at the Met Gala.
This was another flower in bloom. I love that she's one of the ones carrying the corsage. Uh,
Mhm.
paying homage to like the romanticism of early
Mhm.
times. And I love that they brought back, it was a take back on an Alexander McQueen show
Mhm.
with the headpiece structure and taking it also to like the dark side of the garden. So after like the death part of it, I think
Yeah.
beautifully done.
And I like this for her for like her career and like kind of where she's at. She talks a lot about her kind of reflecting on her time in the music industry. And I think she just released a new album, if I'm not mistaken, that kind of goes into that and like talking about how, you know, she's going to die and like she doesn't think that people remember her and like coming to terms with that and kind of like talking about being at the end of her career and kind of being in mourning. So it kind of like ties into that. And I think that's really cool that you can tie both of those in. Ashley Graham and Ludovic de Saint Cernin.
Yeah, sort of like say the same. This for me is a wilt. I don't know how it doesn't tie to the theme again. The flowers feel like an afterthought. It's like a dominatrix,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just gonna add some roses.
For sure. Definitely it will.
And then
Not she looks fine. Like I think that's a big theme too, is like people who just kind of want to look hot instead of actually like dress to the theme.
yeah, yeah.
Next we have Jessica Biel and Tamara, Ralph, and Cartier.
I love Jessica Biel, but this is definitely a wilted look.
Yeah.
I think we made reference to
She looks kind of like a half plucked chicken.
yes.
I don't know. I would have wanted to see this like fully covered and a bit more dramatic. I don't think that like little shawl wrap thingy that she's holding on her arms is like really necessary.
I agree.
I
And I
just
think if
I don't
the
know.
feathers were like kind of gathered onto like one
Mhm.
area of the dress, making like a real impact of like,
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
just, yeah, poorly executed.
I think I've seen blankets that look like this in Home Goods.
Yes. And
uh, so
I,
next we have Ayo Edebiri and Loey.
this is a flower in bloom. This is one of my favorite
Hmm.
things from the movie, actually.
Hmm.
This, I don't know if you know the story behind this, but the flowers are hand painted. Um, I have a small pet peeve, which I shared with you. It's the fit on the top and the collar
Hmm.
part where I feel like they didn't need the embroidery. But aside from those two tiny points, it's a gorgeous dress. It's definitely on theme.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
it does speak to the Garden of Times, and what a
Hmm.
beautifully and very romantic and done very subtly. Like
Yeah,
it's not over the top. It does match her persona, but again, it's on point with the dress code.
for sure. I really like it. It's again one of my favorite pieces, and I love that you get to see like the colors slowly kind of fading out. Um, definitely in bloom. So next we have Lily James and Ardem and
Boucheron,
Boucheron. Boucheron.
yes. Um, I know what you're gonna say, but the French romantic in me says Lily is a flower in bloom. The construction of this dress and just the craftsmanship, we can tear it to pieces in a second, but I will say the construction, the fit, and the craftsmanship on this dress. Mwah,
I I think that's the bare minimum for the Met Gala though, you know.
I
This is
know.
something where you're planning and prepping for.
Yes.
I think it's wilted. I think it's fine. I think this is something that you would see Lily James in like a movie premiere at.
Also,
Um, Also, I hate to say it, the tulips kind of look like sperm.
that'll give you, yes,
Just
they
swimming
do.
around.
Because then we can tear it apart. I mean,
Like, yes,
her
she looks
hair
pretty, but
really.
Lily James is always going to look pretty. It's just not Met Gala.
No, I agree. It's not Met Gala, but it's a beautifully made dress. Not what the assignment was, though.
Yeah. So we have Kerry Washington and Oscar de la Renta, and
I think bottom half is in bloom, top half
mhm,
is wilting.
yeah, I don't think it's really doing anything. I don't like how like rectangular it gets because like she's got a great figure and like you should definitely show that off. And like the two peaks are just like
They're way off. I feel like
they're
the
both too much and not enough. I think it's just because they start so low
you
that
know, I feel like she's such a beautiful woman that you could have just framed her face in
Mhm.
a simple like silhouette and it would have made a killer.
Yeah, like I definitely like it. I don't know. Part of me is that I love the dramatics of the Met Gala, and I just wish to see more like included. Like if you included some of those flowers like glued onto her and like did
Or a
something cool with hair and
headpiece.
makeup. Yeah,
Yes. I mean, and
I
that's
think it's missing a
I'll,
headpiece. I
I'll
think
tell
that's
you
what it is
what,
too.
it was one of the most interesting colors in the carpet though. I
It
will
definitely was.
It was one of the most beautiful colors that I saw in the carpet. So
I feel like she's definitely like a bud that was about to bloom and then like
and then
died.
yeah, it didn't quite open. Ooh,
Her
great.
and Lee and Loey,
Oh, you should
definite
definitely
in bloom.
bloom, 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 baby. This is Met
Hmm.
Gala done right. This is like
Hmm. Hmm.
modern take, avant-garde, but
Hmm.
exquisitely executed. I mean, just the craft, everything, every element that a designer seeks to achieve is in this dress. The silhouette, the craftsmanship, the delicacy of the flowers. I mean, just I'm in love. Mwah,
Hmm.
mwah. And
Yeah,
great.
this is definitely how you reference the exhibit, but still staying on the dress code. Because one of the things that's talked about in the exhibit is kind of like form and fashion and like using technology in fashion. And I know it's a reference to one of the pieces that's being shown as well. And it's just I think it's really well done. One of
Yes.
the best pieces on the runway. It also just feels very like elvish, you know. I really like it.
It's like a
Mhm.
modern take on that
Mhm.
fairy tale, like that fairy spirit in the garden. That's
Yeah.
what I love about it. Ooh.
Mindy Kaling and Gaurav Gupta.
I,
Gaurav Gupta has a lot on the carpet that just
yes.
was absolutely phenomenal. This
So
piece is called The
right,
Flower of Time. I
yes,
love it.
this is one of my favorite dresses as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
Gaurav making a huge impact in the carpet this
Hmm.
Indian designer, like so such a phenomenal level of craftsmanship that's shown, the level of intricacy, just mwah, gorgeous. And
It's
then
so
and
good.
he just nailed it.
Hmm. She looks stunning. She
Yeah.
is stunning. This dress is stunning. Totally in bloom,
And totally on theme too.
for sure. Next, we have Taylor Russell and Loie and Fred Layton. I really like this. I think it's in bloom. I think it's a different take on the flower, like being kind of like this wood sculpture. It's like a wood bust with like a sculpture like bottom, like a marble. I really like it.
I like it. I don't think it was like what it was not one of my tops. I do think it was well executed. I love the inlay top, like the top portion of it, I love. The
Mhm.
bottom, it looks like a Greek goddess sculpture in the garden, so I guess that is in theme. Um, it's not bad. I would give it a 7.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely think there's room to do something more. I'm not sure quite what else I would have wanted to
I
see,
mean,
but I really like this look.
it's cleanly done. Taylor is gorgeous.
Mhm.
It's great fit. I don't have much to complain. It's not taking me to that next level of Met Gala fantasy.
Yeah. Aquafina in H&M, Jennifer Behr, and Graciela.
I love
Uh,
Aquafina. I
mhm.
think I mean, just her face says it all. I
I
think
know.
she's
She's
a
so precious.
flower in bloom.
She's
Uh,
in bloom. It's cute. It's not like, is
I'll
it
give
the
it this
best Met
chance.
Gala outfit? No.
No,
Am
no.
I expecting Aquafina to show up and like something outrageous? Also, no. So I really like this for her. I think this is one of the good sort of like medium level outfits as well, because you do need, not everything can be over the top. I think you do need something to balance it out. I think this is a really good one. I like the form on the top. I think it's really interesting. I like how
I
it's so extra and it's so exaggerated.
She's a good attendee at the garden. That's what I
Hmm.
think it is. She's a guest at the garden, and that's
Hmm.
what she represents. I think he turned it really well for this.
Yeah,
I
which
think,
is so funny because we have that whole bit saying that it looks like it's from H&M, and meanwhile H&M is actually tearing it up on the red carpet.
yeah, in a bloom. I love it. I think Aquafina gets thumbs up.
Mhm. Next,
Who,
we have Aurora James and Anna Corey, which is on a similar wavelength
uh,
as the look before.
so this is my 10 on that take.
I do think she did it better, just because it looks. I think visually it's a bit more interesting. I think the leather. I think it's leather, right?
This is actually a piece of carved wood, if I'm not mistaken.
It is actually wood. I was gonna say it looks very much like it's actual wood.
It's wood. The one thing I would have done differently in styling this look would have been taking away the necklace. I feel like that's
Mhm.
unnecessary. I would have let the corset be the
Mhm.
show star, which is what it should be.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, she looks great though.
this
Anna
is
Murray
phenomenal.
really
In
did.
bloom, 12 out of 10. This is really pretty.
Yes, thumbs up. Totally love it.
In the same wavelength, we have Paloma Elesser in H&M. Um,
Again, this
this
is
is
my
gonna be wilted.
wilted all in one. Paloma
It's
Lesser.
just the top I love. I love this top piece, and it's definitely on theme with like a lot of what other people were doing. I just hate the skirt. It looks like she got caught in her fitted sheet while making her bed and showed up like this. I It's not the only like bubble skirt we're gonna see on the red carpet, but I think it's certainly the worst bubble skirt we're going to see. I also don't like the shoes. It's kind of jarring because it's not the same type of green as like the bust.
She looks like she's getting cut on the fitted sheets as she's going up the staircase.
Yeah,
Sorry. And gorgeous woman. And the top is phenomenal. I wish they would have like,
yeah. If it weren't for the bottom, it would have been definitely in blue. But just I can't get over the bed sheet. Nicki Minaj and Marnie.
ooh, Nicki Minaj. Oh
One
my,
of my favorite looks of the night.
yes. Totally
She
a
looks
flower in bloom.
for sure. She
Mark,
looks like a Chihuly sculpture.
yes, she does look like a Chihuly sculpture and carries it extremely well.
Mhm.
Everything made with the hairpiece, the
Mhm.
handbag, the shoes. This is what you look for in a Met Gala red carpet. I mean, she embodied the theme, the presentation,
Mhm.
the dream.
The
Ev-
whimsy. I
yes,
love it.
love it.
Love. Next we have Erica Badu and Comme des Garçons.
This is definitely a wilted, wilted,
This is
wilted.
so bad.
Again, the
This
March.
the Marge Simpson hair. The I don't know what this is supposed to be. I know Comme des Garçons is supposed to be like really edgy and like streetwear, abstract, whatever. I don't know.
It's a very avant-garde house. However, this was just very,
It,
very poorly executed avant-garde. Again,
yeah,
it looks like you went to the pile of leftovers at,
and
and
kind of just like picked everything up and then showed up.
yes, and so the for me it's a wilted.
Wilted for sure. Next is Shakira and Carolina Herrera and Cartier. Now, she looks great, and I see kind of the vision. I just think it's a little boring.
Okay. I love the color. I love the reference to
Mhm.
the rose. I love that Carolina Herrera got a piece in the red carpet because I do feel like we need representation of diversity in the carpet. That's why I love seeing Gaurav as an Indian designer taking the lead. However, I don't feel like West Garden really took this to the next level. They just took a very like literal, very surface approach to the carpet.
Mhm.
Shakira being such a prominent figure, they could have really had fun with this. Again,
Yeah,
being a performer, come on, like push it to the limits. It
it
was,
feels like something you would see Shakira in at any red carpet.
yes, and
Like
it's a
it's not
beautiful
anything.
dress, but there's nothing more than just that.
Mhm. So next we have Gigi Hadid in Tom Brown and Chopard.
So I must say, this is one of my favorite looks of the night from Tom Brown. I know, there was mixed reviews on this one. A lot of people didn't quite understand the bottom of it. If you see, and I'm sure you could see, it's like the deconstructed men's coat. Um, I think it's beautiful. I think it's very romantic. It's thinking of that notion of the gentleman taking the coat to dress his beautiful bride. It's just very romantic. The construction behind the dress was magnificent. Even after taking the bottom half off, you could tell the amount of hand embroidery that it took to make this dress. I feel like Tom Brown always executes extremely well. He's a professional when it comes to couture. And this to me is a 10 out of 10. I think she definitely looks like a garden, a flower in the garden. She's definitely a flower in bloom.
I have grown to like this dress a little bit more over time. I don't think it's my favorite. I don't know, I just feel like it's missing a little bit of something that I can't quite put into words. Um, I don't know. I think I just wanted a little bit of more. More of what? I have no idea. I do think she looks stunning though.
She looks stunning. She's gorgeous. If you look at the dress without the bottom part, it still looks stunning.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like it could be, the dress without the bottom part can be worn to anything.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like the entire composition together is what speaks of the theme. And I
I
feel
think I would have, you know what it is, thinking about it, I think I would have liked it more if it was like a coat that transitioned into being part of the bottom of the dress. I think that would have made it cooler to make it like kind of seeing that transition. I think it would have been cool to see.
that could be an interesting take. Yes, that could be done. That could certainly be done. You got me
I'm
thinking.
gonna say it's a half bloom.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. I mean, I give it a full bloom because I know how much effort it took to make it and
Yeah.
the full idea behind it. But yes, it can certainly be pushed forth a bit more.
Next we have Adwa Aboa in H&M.
I love her.
I I do love her belly. I feel like that's a big reason why she's this look is a win is because like she is kind of using that as an accessory, which I love. I like this top piece. I don't know. I think I just don't like balloon skirts.
I love the shoes. I love that they actually match the fabric in the shoes. That's
Yeah, that's one of the few
the
designers who like
H&M,
really paid attention
H&M
to
thumbs
detail.
up.
But I like it. I like she looks like a flower come to life.
I don't mind the balloon skirt on her. I
Yeah,
think, it's bloom, total bloom.
I think it's a bloom.
Yes.
Alex Newell and Christian Siriano.
I love this look. I also think she's a flower in bloom.
I
Christian
do.
did a great job with the silhouette. Again, he took it to like that Black Widow fantasy, um,
Yeah.
end of time of the garden. but very romantically. And
Mhm.
I mean, he makes her look phenomenal. She's a princess.
I love the form in it. I love the movement. I love the little fabric pieces like coming off of that big flower, kind of like dripping down. I just wish they styled her hair and makeup a little bit differently.
I
But
do.
she's definitely in bloom. It's just kind of like being a little nitpicky. I think I just don't think it fit what the dress was giving.
I do agree with that. I would still give her like an 8. The
Mhm.
dress is phenomenal. I think that makeup and hair could have had so much fun. So
Yeah,
much fun with this.
that's something I want to see for next year is more hair and makeup fun.
I think hair and makeup need to step it up. I think we
Mhm.
can embody like a full look. I think Nicki Minaj did it really well.
Yeah.
Zendaya did it really well.
Mhm.
She would have had the opportunity to really bring this look alive, and I feel like designers can also partner with makeup artists and
Mhm.
hairstylists to like make this vision happen for the celebrities in the carpet. But I think out of the looks that had all of this construction overwork, his was
Mhm.
best executed. I think Lizzo was trying to aim for something like this, but
And just did not get that at all.
total flop.
Next, we have Jenny Chandler and Oscar De La Renta.
You know, the church windows,
Yeah, the stained glass.
stained glass windows. Like this
Mhm.
is what it looks like. It's all hand embroidered.
But I love that the guy that she's with also has like one little flower for his suit, which I think is a really cute detail. The drama in me does want more hair and makeup, but I think that's just gonna go without saying. But I think she's totally in bloom.
For the guest in the garden, it's okay
Yes.
to go
Yeah.
overboard because she is a guest in the garden. I think for
Mhm.
the celebrities that represent the garden, they need to really bring
Mhm.
it up.
Nelly Corda and Oscar De La Renta. I don't love it. I'm gonna say I think it was very easy. It was very much just like, oh, the theme is garden. I'm gonna put some flowers on, and to me it feels like it was done without thought.
You know, it's a beautiful dress and a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
It doesn't
uh,
say Met
it
Gala.
doesn't say Met. Next is Maria Sharapova in Pablo Gurung and Chopard.
My favorite look,
Love.
yes.
She's in tennis ball green. I love it. I love the flower. I love the drama. I love the form. I love the little flowers she's got in her hair. I think she's in bloom. I really like it. It's very chic. It's very her, but it's still very like dramatic.
She is the lady of the garden.
She
She
is. She
owns
is.
the garden. Maria Sharapova takes
This
10
is
out of 10.
her garden party. Next is Alia Bhatt in Sabyasachi.
Yes, this is also
I love, 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 love this look. She has
uh,
a 20-foot train as a part of her sari. I she was interviewed on the carpet and she was talking about kind of the craftsmanship that went into. Next we have Emma Chamber. Oh, hold on. Emma Chamberlain.
okay, hold on. Let me decompress this for a second. I love this thing, but it hurts. I'm gonna be like, this is art form.
Her sari and was saying how she's, thinking of like timelessness, right? And she's like, what is more timeless than a sari? And it's so true because it's a garment that is hundreds, if not thousands of years old, and it's still being worn. And it's still constantly being redone and being modernized. And just the detail and the embroidery is so, so stunning. And she looks like a princess.
The thousands of, I mean, talk about time and the relevance. It's really
Mhm.
flowers being constructed by artisans. It took thousands of hours and hundreds of people to create this look. Again, Indian designer taking the top on the carpet this year. I
Mhm.
really,
The
really,
Southeast Asian representation on the carpet this year is ridiculous, and I love it.
yes, very pleased. This is also
Mhm.
another favorite for me. Total bloom.
Next, we have Amelia Gray in Undercover and Nasika. A lot of people hate this look. I will have to disagree with those people. I really like it. It's a call. This was actually like the cover when the Met Gala was like releasing the exhibit. It was reference to this dress, which is I forget which runway it was in, but it actually had like butterflies inside of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I actually think it's a bloom. It's a lovely, lovely piece, and it does pay homage to everything that's in the exhibit. The one thing I wasn't too like over the top was the hair through the necklace.
Yeah, I think it was more the styling than anything that I didn't fully understand, but otherwise I really liked it. Next is Aiza Gonzalez Rivera in Delcor with Cartier. I love this dress. She looks like a fairy who just put on like a bunch of rose petals and like showed up, and oh my gosh, I love it. This is the energy I was hoping for.
Yes, this is the ethereal. I mean, I love everything from the makeup, the hair, the
Mhm.
necklace, the dress, like beautifully done, very elegant, and on point with the theme. Loved it.
Mhm.
Really loved it. One of my favorite looks too. Total bloom.
Donatella Versace in Versace. She's a queen. She's a goddess. And I love her. I love this look. I love the drama. I
Powerhouse.
love the form. I love it's
Powerhouse.
so much and it's so her and it's so amazing.
And I love that she's bared. I love the silhouette, the color. I mean, she knows what goes for her, and she's
Mhm.
not afraid to show it. I mean, 10 out of 10.
Lena Mafouf in Schiaparelli.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think finally you got to see like the whimsical, the ephemeral part of the brand. And if you look at their last runway show, I thought I was gonna see a lot more of that, ethereal world into the carpet. Everyone went for beautiful dresses, but they
But
did.
not like the whimsy. People didn't really lean into the fantasy world of what it could be.
So I love seeing this one
But
come.
Lena definitely did, and I really like it. I think it's really well done, and I love.
I enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing this.
Next is Demi Moore in Harris Reed and Cartier. In the best way possible, she kind of looks like a vagina, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate
Um,
it. I don't love it.
yeah,
You
I
know,
just think a part of me thinks it's the print. I feel like I don't necessarily love the print in this shape, but I think she's one of the few people that did something like interesting, and that whole top piece actually comes off, which is cool.
I know it does. I'm just trying to understand the over accentuated hips, which I saw running on the carpet this year on a
Mhm.
couple of looks. And then also like the spikes on like I'm not quite sure what they represent. I feel like they're unnecessary. The level of embroidery detail that went into the flowers, I don't think they needed the spikes coming out of they could have simplified.
It's fine. It's an okay look.
Yeah.
Georgina Chapman in Marchesa is so good. This
She
is the wilted flower on her.
This is what a beautiful wilted flower looks like.
She's stunning, and the dress is to die for.
Absolutely.
Next, we have Bruna Marquezine in Tory Burch and Tiffany & Co.
Another flower in the
Mhm,
bloom,
mhm.
like top notch.
It's a reference to one of the pieces that's in the gallery, but done really well. And the form is exquisite. It's the detail that goes into it is phenomenal.
I give it
It has the structure.
this dress
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Next, we have Lauren Sanchez and Oscar de la Renta. A funny story about this dress is that Lauren Sanchez's outfit was actually picked personally by Anna Wintour because they were scared that Lauren Sanchez was just going to come in a sexy getup. So they put her in this, which is great. I think it's a phenomenal dress. I think it's really stunning. I love the
Yeah,
mosaic. I think
I
it's a bloom.
it's stunning. I think
It
Anna,
looks phenomenal. Also,
yes.
can we talk about Lauren Sanchez's arms real quick?
Yeah, no, totally. That's what I'm saying. Like she looks so sexy.
She
Uh,
look she looks like she could beat me up, but then like go to like a ballroom.
Anna Wintour really outdid herself in this choice.
Truly. Next we have Tommy Hilfiger and Dia Kleppo and Tommy Hilfiger and Judith Leiber.
Ugh, I love the Eclipso in this
Mhm.
dress. Can we talk about like, oof, the
The
run?
drama, the clutch matching. This is how you do a clutch.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
looks phenomenal. I love this look. It looks like Beauty and the Beast almost.
Yes, it
Like
does.
the colors, the rose. I really love it. I love the form. I love the drama. I love a good cape. And that is a stunning cape. Next is Baz Luhrmann and Catherine Martin in Mew Mew. This is totally in bloom. They're my favorite couple on the red carpet. They match each other and they both look phenomenal.
I think it's beautiful. I think if you know, and I love that it's like dandelions. It's very much on
Mhm.
point with their personality, and you can see it through their like face.
Next we have Rebecca Hall and Danielle Frankel.
Ooh,
I love this look. I love this look. I love someone finally put body paint on someone
yes.
that matches the embroidery, and it looks like she's got like flowers embroidered onto her skin, and it looks phenomenal. I love this like wet sort of look that she goes for, and it's almost like the dress almost looks wet itself because it's like the different layers. It's like different flowers in like a
There's
pond.
there's so many layers of silk. If you look closely, there's
Mhm.
embroidery underneath the layers. Another bloom in the garden.
Next, we have Leonardo Del Vecchio and Jessica Serafti Michelle in Dolce & Gabbana. I hate this look. I think it looks so tacky. I hate that they're
They're
both
they're more
wearing
like the weed in
sunglasses.
the garden.
They truly are. They're not the weeds. They're like the plastic flowers that are on top of like the table.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next to the pink flamingo.
Truly, I hate it. It's atrocious. It's so tacky. She looks like she has garbage just like sewn onto her
Yeah.
whatever she's wearing.
It doesn't, I'm sorry, it doesn't even look like a Dolce and Gabbana piece. Like total flop.
Well,
And
now our
what
next section
glasses?
is crystals. It's a crystal garden. So a lot of people decided to show up as crystals instead. So we'll be deciding if they are a diamond or a dud. So we have Lil Nas X and Luar. And I'll be the first to say that I'm really sad. I was expecting more from Lil Nas X. This is not the man who covered himself in crystals last year. I think it's fine. I think the construction is interesting. I just don't think it was like I wanted more, and doesn't seem to be much of a story here.
I would also say it's a dud. I mean, construction, great, but what else does it say? It doesn't really speak to anything else to me.
Mhm.
Total dud.
Michelle Yao in Balenciaga. You know,
Total.
I've grown to love this look the more that I look at it. I really like it. I think there is an uncanny resemblance to aluminum foil, but like I think it's really pretty. I think she looks great. I think she looks stunning. She looks timeless. She looks like a little crystal figurine.
Briefly, like if you know the House of Balenciaga, everything is about the future and avant-garde. They're way ahead of their time. Balenciaga was always ahead of his time. So thinking of the futuristic flower, the crystal flower, I think this is it. I think Michelle really embodies that, you know, that avant-garde flower in the garden, and she owns it. I mean, the elegance
For
that she
sure.
brings to the carpet and the innovative look, I mean, I love it. I think she's a total diamond.
Definitely for sure a diamond. Naomi Campbell and Burberry and Brioni Raymond.
I think it's a beautiful color.
I think it's really stunning. I think it's more like kind of like the water flowing. I just kind of want a little bit more. It's like a diamond in the rough. It's not quite, the coal hasn't quite become a full diamond yet. I would have wanted them to lean into like the ethereal nature of it, maybe like changing the wig to like long, like waist long hair and like doing something a little bit more interesting with the makeup. I think Naomi Campbell is such like an iconic supermodel that like not seeing her in something as extravagant, I it's a little disappointing. I mean, she looks great and I love this dress. I just want more.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was just very literal. There's no fantasy to it. And I feel
Mhm.
like that's where they could have pushed the boundaries because they have a beautiful outfit. Like just bring it
Mhm.
to life, you know,
Yeah.
get the makeup, get the accessories, and just complete the fantasy.
Here we have Sarah Jessica Parker and Richard Quinn. This is gonna be a dud. I think there's just too much going on.
Totally. I feel like from the trellis that was overlaid with crystals and lace, and then she has like her grandmother's pearl necklace. And then the bag and the shoes and the hat, it was just all too much.
It's
It's
like she
like
needed to focus on one thing.
it was an overgrown garden that needed some taming.
Yeah, we need to come in with the weed whacker and just trim away some of this stuff.
I mean, the
Like when I
headpiece,
say I want more, this is not what
no,
I mean.
I mean, strip down the crystals, leave the lace, take off the shoes, the pearl necklace, the handbag, and the hat.
Hmm.
Maybe you might start to see something. Uh,
Yeah,
and not to say that the headpiece is not stunning. It just doesn't go with anything else that's
anything else? Yeah, and same thing with the bag. I don't know what the bag is.
it was an afterthought. It's like, well, just put all this
Mhm.
stuff together. And it's like, well, they're all individually, separately beautiful. Put together, however, total dud.
For sure. Next, we have Amanda Seyfried in Prada and Chaumet jewelry. I think this is a very unfortunate look. She is one of the few people that incorporated her hair into making it like a full costume, and she was so excited to show her kids her look. But I hate this dress. I hate this dress on her. I hate the purple lipstick that doesn't match the flowers at all. I think it looks really bad. I think the construction of just the top part of the tunic just doesn't sit well. It feels baggy. I think it's also just like the crushed satin. I think I just hate crushed satin on a red carpet because it doesn't photograph well.
Perhaps, I mean, the crushed satin doesn't bother me as much as like the fit and then just the thought
Mhm.
overall, the purple lipstick. Yeah, I do. I agree that it's sad that they really try to incorporate everything, which I was very excited for. Doesn't even match
But
the same silver on the headpiece to the dress. I feel
mhm,
like they could have used the flower, they could have tied it in much better. And then the
yeah,
top of the dress, if they had done a different silhouette, I think it would have,
been more successful.
yes.
Next is Kiki Palmer and Marc Jacobs. I think she, as Kiki Palmer, looks stunning. I think this dress makes her look kind of like a mummy. It's like she came as a mummy to the Met Gala.
Yes.
Um, I don't think the tears are coming through very well as like disintegration. I don't like the wrappings on her arm need to go. The wrapping up on her neck needs to go.
Yeah.
I also just think that the fabric that they use looks kind of cheap.
Does, and that's what I was gonna say. For a Marc Jacobs piece, I feel like the tears were like a very literal approach to time. I
Mhm.
feel like they could have pushed the idea so much further. Again, it's a pre-sequined fabric, so not something that you would think of
Yeah.
walking down the at
Mhm.
the Met Gala carpet. So not at all impressed. For me, this was a dud. She is beautiful. She does look beautiful, but when it comes to the theme, I
Mhm.
feel like it's a total dud.
Next we have B. Crozini and Alexander McQueen. Oh my god, I love this dress. This is one of my favorites. It looks like a 20s dress with like the level of embroidery, the bird on it. I love it. I love it. It's a reference to a different cape in the exhibit, and it's so good.
She looks phenomenal.
It's great. Stunning. Diamond. I have
Di
no complaint.
Diamond in the garden.
Speaking of diamonds, we have our Swarovski girlies. We have Carly Kloss, Giovanna Engelbert. We have Irana Sheikh, Iman Hammam, and Anak Yai. And they all look stunning. They're here to represent the different elements of the garden. Carly Kloss is representing the garden itself. Irana is she's the air, right?
So yes, she's the heir.
She's
Yes.
air. Giovanna is the earth. Irina is the sun. And Imam is the water. And they all look phenomenal. I love the Swarovski girls nailed this Met Gala. This was their moment. And they all shone so brightly.
Giovanna outdid herself in the creation of these looks, I must say, and she
Mhm,
herself looks stunning.
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
I love the jewel tones. I mean, taking it to the theme, being the
mhm.
crystal flowers. I mean, Swarovski really, really takes like prime stage in the carpet. They total diamonds. Loved it.
They look phenomenal. Oh, to be a Swarovski diamond.
Oof.
And next we have Hari Nef and H&M. And you know what this is? An H&M outfit that very much indeed looks like it came from H&M.
It does. It does definitely. I mean, so I don't know how to judge it.
Mhm.
I guess she's a crystal flower from H&M.
Yeah, she's like a crystal like crystal jewelry, but like from the H&M section where
Yeah.
it's all just kind of like plastic. I don't
So
know. I don't super like this piece. I think it's
I think
boring.
it's
I don't know what the bow is about.
yeah, I don't I like I
I
said,
think it's supposed to be a reference to like that. I forget which house did that big bow dress, but I just don't think it looks good. I don't think it fits the theme.
yeah, no, it's ooh.
Dwayne Wade and Versace and Gabrielle Union and Michael
I
Kors.
get excited. I get excited when I see like some of my favorite.
Oh my God, they look so good. They look so good together. Gabrielle Union looks like a crystal hummingbird or like a crystal fish or something.
Yes.
She looks phenomenal. This is one of my favorite pieces of the night.
The team outdid themselves with this look for Gabrielle. She looks stunning. She looks like
She
a
looks,
iron in the garden. Talk about
mhm.
being ethereal. And Dwayne just is, I love it. He's the handbag accessory that she,
Oh, for sure.
oh, and even though they're not dressed from the same house, the hues, whoever styled them
Mhm,
did a
mhm,
phenomenal job because the purple, the lavender against the
mhm,
emerald green. Oh my
mhm, mhm.
God, they know their color story so well. Mwah.
Stunning.
Diamonds.
Elle Fanning and Balmain and Cartier. Now, this is someone who read the
The-
poem. Ah, I love it. I love it so much. It's
He's like
crystals
he's
across
like
the
the water
bird.
fountain, you know where the
Mhm.
birds come to drink from. I
Oh,
love,
like a bird bath.
yes,
I can see that.
she's a diamond for sure in the garden.
And I
They
like this different take on crystal of like crystal is like the glass crystal instead of crystal like crystals. And I
yes.
think she looks stunning. She looks perfect. This
Yeah.
dress is everything.
And
Total diamond.
total. And then one of the well, Balmain did really, really great with this one.
Janelle Monáe and Vera Wang and Reza. So good. I love this. It's almost like a showstopper look, like 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 a vaudeville show or something. I really like it. I love this different take on it. I like the form. I think she looks stunning. I wish a little bit because she does have these like little like the dress pieces like in her hair. I almost wish there was more. But
I,
otherwise I really don't have any complaints. I really like it. I like the way that it's styled.
I love the modern take on like the air flower through the
Mhm,
garden. I think Vera Wang nailed it in this one. I'm very, very pleased with the execution. The innovation behind the dress is a total Met Gala look.
mhm.
I think they could have taken it further. I agree with with some of the accessories, which I mean, I don't know. I feel like the neck piece is big enough. Maybe the makeup playing it up a little bit more.
That's true. Yeah.
Just accentuating, sorry, a little bit more of the entire look. But overall, I think it's diamond.
Mhm. Definitely a diamond. Next we have Iris Law in Versace. I love this look. I love this look.
The,
I obviously have butterfly makeup on.
yeah,
She herself is a crystal butterfly, and she looks so stunning. I love the way that it's styled. I love this look. She definitely leaned into like the ethereal nature. It's like
yeah.
dark stained glass and like an evil elf building.
This is the butterfly. You can land in my
Mhm.
flower. It's
For sure. Oh my gosh. For sure. I mean, for sure. Oh my God.
You have to edit a bit here. But honestly, I think it's a great like she's 10 out of 10. This is how you do a butterfly in the garden.
For
Like
sure.
beautiful, majestic, ethereal. Oh,
Mhm.
Versace, Donatella. Mwah.
Serena Williams and Balenciaga and Masika.
Oof. I love Serena Williams. I love Balenciaga, but the two together did not work well in this one.
No, She kind of does look like a burrito,
It's
like
unfortunate
a golden fancy burrito. But
because
I just,
the
I don't
wrapper
know.
gets stuck in the microwave or something.
Yeah. I just think what it is the shoes and the gloves are just too much. I don't think that, I think it's like cutting her body off in a weird way.
I also feel like if she was the goddess of the garden, she didn't need all that fabric overlay hanging off of her. That
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a beautiful
You know
figure.
what it is? It's like choose one or the other because she has the train and then she also has one
Yeah,
going on the side. I think if it was just one, it
that
would have been better received. I also think changing the shoes and taking off
and
the
taking the
gloves,
clothes out, yes. Adding,
diamond in the rough.
yeah. Mm, dud.
Cara Delevingne and Stella McCartney and Bry. I have no idea what's going on. I have no clue.
I'm gonna say it looks like a lab grown diamond.
I just don't
I was,
like I don't get what's going on.
um,
Like I don't know what they were going for.
that's what I'm saying. I don't quite sure know what this is. Um,
Mhm.
is it the bud of the flower, maybe? I don't quite know. But I feel like Cara Delevingne has done so many beautiful looks in the past.
That like that this was just kind of disappointing.
Yes.
Angel Reese in 16 Arlington by Marco Capaldo.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
She kind of looks like a sparkly feather duster. I really don't like it. I don't like the top. It like I don't like anything in this. I think the bottom looks like again the mosquito net
She
that
does
we've been
look
like
like the feather duster. Yeah, I don't know. It's like from Beauty and the Beast. If
named
you,
for Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
yeah, that's my favorite.
I don't like it. It looks like a cheap junior prom dress.
It does. It's total dud. I mean, I'll give you this. They match the shoes. It seems like they match the hue in the shoes.
Wow. Wow. They
I
match
mean,
the shoe. I guess
yeah,
that is
no.
something that we've been saying is that they're
But
not matching the
we've,
shoes, but I
we've,
don't know.
yeah. Yeah,
It's just
I agree. Feather duster. Where's the chandelier?
Vera Wang in Vera Wang.
Mm.
Iconic.
Diamond, diamond.
Total
She
diamond.
really flower diamond in the garden.
Yeah, I feel like she was more of a diamond than a flower, which is why I didn't put her in the flower section. But I love it. I love that she went for like the ends of time sort of look. I love that she how she incorporated the flowers, but also like kept the crystals as well. I love the form on the dress. I think it's definitely super well made. This is a tool done right on the carpet at the
Absolutely.
bottom of
This
this
is
mermaid outfit.
finally all done right. And if you
Mhm,
think of the rhetoric and the story,
mhm.
I mean, she's a flower in the garden. Her story. She's been
Yeah.
in the garden of fashion for such a long time. She's one of the rare gems and a true legacy. So
Also, the fact that she's barefaced is honestly something that's really admiring,
yes.
because especially as like an older woman, like, she's there, she's barefaced, she's like, you know what, I don't even need makeup to pull off this look.
And this dress designed by her, I think it really encapsulates.
It's so iconic.
She looks stunning. But if you look from the top to the bottom, it's like the decay of the flower. It's a process of
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
And we're all a part of this process. We can't deny it. And the fact that she wore it so beautifully and elegantly, oh,
Mhm.
total diamond.
Venus Williams and Marc Jacob.
This is where I can say I love Marc Jacobs. This is what
Mhm.
speaks to me when I think of Marc Jacobs.
Mhm.
I think this is where he like got the diamonds. Venus
Mhm.
Williams looks phenomenal. She's like the statue in the garden. And
Mhm.
Marc Jacobs really outdid himself with this look. It's my favorite of his looks in this carpet. I feel like a lot of his looks were dud, unfortunately. I love Marc Jacobs. But
Yeah.
Venus Williams, oh, he nailed it. She's
No,
this statue that reflects the beauty in the garden. Mwah, diamond.
no, I have no complaints. I love the way that it reflects.
Total diamond.
Total diamond.
Yes.
Ubud Abdi in again Atelier Prabal Gurung and Pascal Bruni.
I
I I love this look. A lot of people hate this look, shockingly. I love it. I love it's so much and it's so good. The dress underneath that like the form with like that head. I
this
don't know what like it's like a cap thing. I love it. I love it so much and I want to like
is
yank
the
it off her head.
diamond widow of the garden because you've got
Mhm.
to have your spider like roaming around the flowers.
Yeah.
This is the diamond widow for sure. I
I
think
love it.
that
I love it. I love it.
Prabal Gurung nailed
Mhm.
it, this red carpet.
This is Prabal Gurung's like carpet. It's not
Yeah,
the Met carpet. It's the Prabal Gurung carpet.
yes, they put that phenomenal looks.
Demi Lovato, also in Atelier Prabal Gurung. I this is the first piece from the house that I'm not blown away by.
Same.
I don't think it's a bad piece. I think she looks good in it. I think it's maybe more with the hair and makeup that makes me a little less sold on it, I think.
I think he
Um,
really well in other pieces, and this one it just feels like a little bit of like tint foil in the flowers.
mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
Again, I don't know what it is with this year's like pointy silhouettes by
Yeah.
by the bosom. I'm not sure what the reference is, but it just neither one, like none of the pointy ones that I've seen have quite nailed it.
Mhm, mhm.
Either in the proportion or in the fit. I don't think it's an ugly dress. It's just not a diamond.
Yeah. Next is Carol G and Marc Jacobs. I hate this. I think she looks kind of like an alien in not a good way.
This is like following like Lizzo's look.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
also the other one is behind her. I forget who wore it.
yeah, I don't know what it was
I
when she
just I don't know. I don't know what's up with like I think again, I think they're trying to reference one of the pieces that's in the exhibit, but it's just done so poorly. I think it looks really cheap. It looks like they hot glued a bunch of like rhinestones onto something and then like
yes.
I don't know, just the wig I don't like either. I don't think it looks good.
When it comes to the Marc Jacobs house, I feel like they could have done a much better execution on this design approach. The structure underneath the dress. I don't know what's up with the oversized hips.
I don't get it.
I don't, yes, I don't get it. If you're trying to reminisce of like the 1900 silhouette, but it doesn't even pay homage to that. So I don't know. It's a total dud for me, unfortunately.
Mhm. Taika Waititi and Rita Ora and Marnie.
I think Marnie did really well in both of the dresses that I've seen, the one from Nicki Minaj and
Mhm.
Rita Ora. I'm not sure what this one means. I think we had this discussion.
Yeah,
She
I
looks,
don't know.
I
Like
mean,
I don't hate it. I just don't understand it.
she's the curtain in the garden. I don't know. It's that it. I feel like it was a bit. At least it's got a more abstract approach. Uh,
Yeah,
it's not literal, and I think that's what's really attracting me to it. I
yeah,
feel a little bit bad for Taika because he is
yeah,
all leather, and it was quite the hot day.
yeah. That man definitely has swamp ass.
Other than that, she's a diamond.
She's a diamond. I don't know. I love to hate it.
Taika, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Aya Nakamura in Balmain. Oh no, this is a crystal flower.
Yes.
Yeah, with spiky bosom. I don't know what this trend is, but I do really like this look on her.
I do love the look. The pancake bosom looks great on her.
It does. I was gonna say, I'm like, do my boobs hurt looking at her?
Yeah, yeah, no, they do, but hers look phenomenal.
She uh
The
eight.
House
No,
of
no,
Yeah, yeah, House of Balmain does like
diamond.
that.
Diamond. Radhika Jones. Also in Atelier Prabal Gurung.
See, like this is what I mean. Prabal Gurung outdid himself. She
Mhm.
looks like the lady of the garden as well. Like she
She
is
does. She looks beautiful. I think she looks great.
diamond.
Hmm. Diamond for sure. So next we're moving on to the miscellaneous category, and these are all looks that we wanted to talk about but didn't quite know where they fit in with the rest of the categories. So first up, we have Nicole Kidman in Balenciaga.
I think it's a phenomenal take on I know they were going for the Waking Beauties. So I think this was a phenomenal replica of the original dress. I think they did a very good job. She looks stunning.
Yeah, I love this look. I don't know if I would have included the gloves.
I agree. I think they could have done without the gloves and just allowed the dress to speak.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but I'm sure that,
And then
yeah,
again, hair and makeup is a little lame.
I,
But
yeah, I agree.
next we have Rachel Sennott in Balenciaga. And
Ooh, this
I
was
love
definitely,
this
yes,
look.
yes. This was definitely one of my favorite Balenciaga looks of the night. I love that you can see the construction, the detail in this dress, and it really does speak to me about the Garden of Times. I don't know. I feel like
Mhm.
it's just Renaissance. But
Yeah, it feels like she's like a painting come to life, but like also like it's still very 2024. So
yes,
it's got this nice balance of both that I really like. And just oh my God, just the fabric on the dress, like the pattern, it looks like an old wallpaper.
and I love that you can see the detail in the construction on the side
Mhm.
panel of the corset. Mwah, love that. And
And her
this,
shoes match.
yes, I was gonna say this. I'm like, and look, the fabric in the shoes, it's a perfect match. Yes, pet peeve. Love,
So
love.
good. And then you've got I like the difference between you have one of the Swarovski girlies and then like Lizzo behind her.
Yes, it's definitely an interesting shot. I do like it. Very whimsical, I must say.
Yeah.
Um, but she looks stunning. I think they did a phenomenal job.
Mhm. Next, we have Mona Patel in Iris Van Herpen, and the detached sleeves are by Casey Cura.
Oof, yeah. So I
This,
mean,
this, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. The sleeves here move. They look like butterfly wings, and she looked phenomenal on the carpet. I remember on social media, like everyone was buzzing and was like, "Who is this?" Because like they just like came in and like absolutely killed it.
I give her complete congratulations on this look because she was able to keep the essence of her design approach,
Mhm,
still
mhm.
bring about, the nature of the theme.
Yeah,
And so that it's a great combination of the two. She's innovative, sculptural, architectural, but there's still this softness to it. It definitely is on theme with the Garden of Time. I think they 10 out of 10 on this one for sure.
yeah, and it's so chic and it's so modern, but it looks so it's like you went so far into the future, you went into the past. Like she looks like a princess from the future. And it's so oh my God, I love it. I love this look. I could stare at this for like ever.
So, wow.
Now we have Jay Harrison Gee in Howie B. Oh my God, my favorite little bug of the carpet. I'm so surprised that people didn't go and like lean into the bug theme more. Like this is really one of the only people that went super camp with like kind of their outfit choice. And I love it. The headpiece is like I don't know, it's looking at this, it just gives me life. I'm like, this is so awesome. And I love everything about it. It's so much and it's so good.
I love it. I love how she carries it. I love her
Mhm.
attitude. I love the color story. Um, I love the fairy tale. I do
Mhm.
agree that I wish we would have seen more of this in the carpet,
Mhm.
more of that fantasy. I feel like she
Yeah.
lacked a little bit this year when it came to like the extravagance of really diving into the theme and just allowing your designs to be creative, and I think this
Mhm.
one by Howie B really captured that nature of all the elements in the garden. And
Yeah, like it's a gala. Like have fun with it. It's an
absolutely,
art museum, right? Like it's got like some of like the most loved art in the world. And people are just like, I don't know, I feel like this carpet was just kind of lame.
I agree. I think it really lacked spice. And I love that. I think we mentioned that too, is that, hair and makeup, they really didn't, they could have also stepped it up in a lot of the looks. And I feel like this at least brings it back up. Zendaya did it as well with the headpiece. So I love when I see like a full integration of like the entire look brought to life.
Next, we have Sabrina Harrison and Chris Chavana, which I really love this look. I like that she went like a total different approach than a lot of other people and is referencing Dali's Passage of Time. And I really like it. She focused on a different aspect of the story that people didn't really focus on for the Crystal Garden. And I think she nailed it. You know, she's really unique. She stands out. A beautiful dress on her, the form of it. I love the mermaid tail at the end. It looks phenomenal. I love the headpiece, the bag. One of the few clutches that like I really like that I feel like fits.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I love the art concept. I love the art reference to Dali and the surrealism. And the fact that they brought about the element of time was also
Mhm.
something very interesting. And they brought it all the way up to the headpiece. So again, this was a very well thought out concept. The execution of the dress is beautiful. The
Mhm.
top, the corset, you could tell like how much effort and work it took just to create that bodice feel, that look from the clock. And then all the intricate little clocks that were sewn onto the dress form. I think it's a stunning piece. I really do. And I think
Mhm.
it's fun and whimsical as well.
Mhm.
So again,
It's
for me,
playful. It's a very much like Mad Hatter-esque. And I love that like the figure of the dress itself is very timeless.
it is.
Like that's like this is a timeless look, which is like
It's
plays into like the time theme, and I love it. I
yeah,
love this.
it's a play on words, which keeps you
Mhm.
thinking and navigating through it.
Next we have Isabel Hubert in Balenciaga and Cartier. And I know we've talked about this particular outfit and how much we love it and the story behind it. I'll let you share the little story because it's so cute.
Oh my God. So, I mean, what makes this story so much more special is that she's wearing the replica of her great grandmother's dress. So here you have, a design that's walking down the Met Gala, like after three generations. So how majestic, how beautiful, how romantic is that to be able to wear your great grandmother's dress? Again,
Mhm.
another replica by the house, perfectly and beautifully executed because it really stayed in touch with the true design of the original piece, which is exhibited in the museum. So looking at this piece through the Met Gala carpet, really like, oh,
Mhm.
just I fell in love with it. Not just because it was a Balenciaga piece, which I could recognize just from looking at it, but after hearing or reading this story, my heart melted totally. I
Mhm.
think it's so romantic to keep something in the lineage of the family. And I think as a designer, it's something that we always try to create is pieces that can be passed down from generation to generation. Obviously, because of the delicacy of the silk, they couldn't put her in the original, and the idea was to have the original in the exhibit. However, this was a
Mhm.
beautiful replica of the original design. So I'm very, very pleased with what they did here. And kudos to Isabel for, making her grandmother proud.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything to add to that. I think that was well said. Next we have Hannah Bagshaw and Eddie Redmayne and Steve O. Smith.
I
Um,
love this. I love this. I know we like,
I
we're
have no idea what's going on. Like I love the energy. I have no idea what like I truly don't know. Something I don't know if you said this or I saw something on Instagram that kind of made me think that this could be I saw someone doing a tattoo of like they do like ink spills. So like every tattoo for like the person who wants that type of tattoo is unique and like they photograph and video it and then they draw it out. I feel like that kind of what this looks like is like an ink spilling down.
The way
And like
I
maybe it's on
feel
that
it,
time.
and this is my own interpretation on the look, given that it's a couple's look, so the creation was done with both of them in mind. And it
Mhm.
feels very much of like that flower wilting, going through time. But then, as the wind and all the elements start to affect it, it begins to unravel and disintegrate, and it's
Mhm.
no longer intact, and it becomes like pieces that get intertwined with the rest of, the plant
Mhm.
itself. So it's a very romantic idea that,
Yeah.
one thing begins, another one ends, and then it begins
Mhm.
again. And so I feel like it was a very creative approach to the Garden of Times, and
Yeah.
without being
I
afraid.
I wish we saw more like couple stuff like this on the carpet because this is phenomenal.
I love it. I give them a 10
Mhm.
out of 10. I think that again, the headpiece, I would have loved to have
Mhm.
maybe seen more with the makeup, uh,
Mhm.
being a bit more dramatic because it feels very
Yeah.
intentional. I mean, the
Mhm.
entire look feels very intentional. And I think it's really creative. So I'm super pleased with this one. I think they are one of my favorite couples in the carpet.
Yeah, no, they definitely killed it.
Yes.
Next is Charlie XCX and Marnie. A lot of people did not like this look, but I really liked it. This is like the deterioration of time done correctly because I feel like there was a lot that just like tried to do this and failed. She also kind of looks like a spider web, like like she's the spider in her spider web.
Yeah.
And it's such a different approach and I love how edgy it is. I like the callbacks to like the 90s, early 2000s with like the spiky hair and like the dramatic like dark makeup. I think she nailed it. I really like it.
Yeah, no, I think Marnie did really well on the carpet this year. I
Mhm.
love all of their looks. This one particularly, I think it's beautifully executed. If you look closely, there's tons of tiny little hand embroidered stones or like beats into it to give it that ethereal look. And I agree with you. I think that the inspiration behind it is the spider web. And I mean, who doesn't love a spider in their garden? I mean, I don't like spiders, but this one,
Yeah.
beautiful.
She can stay.
She can totally stay in my garden. Again, it's on theme with the Garden of Time. I think they really were very creative, taking the theme a step forward. 10 out of 10 for sure.
Mhm. And now we have Davine Joy Randolph and Gap. And like something that you use every day is denim. And here we have our Lady Denim, if you will. And she looks so aristocratic and so regal. And it's all like it's just so much denim. And I really love it. I didn't think that I would ever love a
Denim,
jean dress,
yes. So
but
And so he utilized one of the fabrics or the fabric that they most often use in their designs and in their productions, which again, you nailed it, is one of the things that we use daily throughout the world is just jeans. So he turned that into this beautiful masterpiece. And what I love is like you can see the raw edges in the very at the very bottom of the dress. But if you look at the corset, this was something that was beautifully crafted. I mean, this took hours in the making for this dress to come to
mhm.
life.
And like see this is what I mean. Like her hair
Oh,
with this, the drama that it adds to it, this is exactly what I want to see more with like stylists and their teams.
yeah.
Next, we have Ivy Getty and Connor Eves with Connor Eves. Ives? Eves?
I'm not sure.
Connor Ives.
I've
He looks like it's like a mopey little butler boy, like an emo butler boy, and I'm here for it. Like she's like this hot lady, and like that's her little butler that she like shoos around.
I think the dress is beautiful. I think
It
it's
looks
very,
like yeah, it looks like an expensive curtain in a good way.
yes, this looks like
Mhm.
royalty brought to life for sure.
Mhm.
The shoes are a print, but it doesn't bother me, even though
Yeah.
like clashing. There's something in there that perhaps
Hmm.
is the air of her being the prominent
Hmm.
figure, and him, as you said, being the side butler. Um,
Little butler boy. I love him.
I love it. No, I love the composition of
Hmm.
the picture is beautiful. The dress is beautifully made. You could
Hmm.
tell by the mink finish on the bottom of the
Hmm.
back of the dress. It's stunning. The
Yeah.
embroidery, the detail. It's beautiful
The
dress.
way it falls so effortlessly off her shoulder.
Yeah, she looks like she's walking through a
Hmm.
lily garden in one of those like Japanese temples.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, she's gonna go pluck that last flower for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Ooh,
And speaking of plucking last flowers, Penelope Cruz and Chanel definitely looks like a lady of the garden.
this is how you
Definitely at the end, like her in
start.
mourning, like she's
Yes.
on her way to go pluck that last
Yeah.
flower, or maybe she already has.
This is how you go into your deathbed. I mean,
Mm,
I love this. This is like, this is the woman that says is if death is gonna touch me, it's gonna find me just divine.
yeah, and
Beautiful.
just like the form and the silhouette is just insane. And I think you said that they used a couple of like Chanel silhouettes and like kind of combined like these classic silhouettes together to make this particular dress. And
Yes,
it's
yes.
stunning. Like I want to see footage of her just like running through a castle barefoot in this dress.
Ah, absolutely. You want to see the flowiness of the dress. It looks so comfortable, yet
It
so
does.
regal at the same time.
Yeah.
It looks almost like weightless.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, no, they did a magnificent job creating the silhouette. They did
Hmm.
take a couple of different silhouettes and type and finishes of the house. And I think it's on point with Chanel. If you look at the codes of the house, this is very
Hmm.
much on point with their signature. However, again, bringing it to the theme, this is 10 out of 10.
I
Beautiful.
think I think we need to bring dresses like this back into fashion.
Absolutely. I would not mind that.
Next we have Doja Cat in Venomance. And I really like this look. A lot of people did not like this look. They didn't get it. In an interview, she says that, it's we're talking about a crystal garden, and she decided to show up in the most worn flower, which is cotton, and really make a bold statement with it. She looks like a carved marble statue, and it's so dreamy, and it's so different, and she definitely stands out. And like this is very much on theme with Doja Cat of like stuff that she would do. And she's like, oh, everyone wants to show up sparkly. I'm gonna show up in a t-shirt.
I love it. That's who was about when we were talking about the cotton flower.
Mhm.
I think it's very indicative of the brand as well, but I think it's beautiful and quite the romantic
Mhm.
approach to the theme. If you think about, if you look at her makeup and the tears coming down through her face, she's definitely the Greek statue, like the Greek goddess crying the death of the garden, really, and reading into the theme, going beyond, but also making a statement. And
Yeah.
if cotton, yes, it is one of the oldest flowers that exist. But also, I mean, this very on your face is the fact that she's wearing the wet t-shirt, making a claim as to how much water is required to grow cotton. So definitely making a fashion impact and letting people know that we need to be conscious consumers and
Mhm.
conscious designers and creators. So
Mhm.
I love the voice, the unspoken voice that was brought with this design.
Yeah.
I love the simplicity of it. And
Mhm.
I feel like it's right on point with the brand and the person carrying it with Doja. I think it's 10 out of 10. I'm not, I love
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. Definitely no complaints here.
No. Ooh,
Chloe Sevigny and Dilara Findikoglu and Anna Curry. Now this is what I wanted to see more of. I love how regal it is, and it's like it's such like an artistic approach to it, like the deconstructed like bodice with like the corset like very visible, the embellishment on the bottom, the different layers of the tulle underneath the skirt. I love this look. Even just like the hair and makeup that's like paired with this whole outfit is just so good. And it's so
stunning.
campy.
Yes, yes, stunning. I mean, all the way down to the shoes, the tulle underneath, everything looks a slightly
Mhm,
worn by time,
mhm,
which again goes right on theme. The corset, the work on the corset is just magnificent. The hand stitching, the details, you can see like the little label on the silk ribbon fabric. I mean, it's just so romantic. This is really like the
mhm,
Garden of Time brought to life, and Chloe looks divine. The fact
mhm,
that they
mhm.
thought about, the story behind the look, and they brought it to the hair, to the makeup, to the shoes. Um, if you look, something that I love, that's really interesting is the bottom that looks like embroidery. It's actually done with hair, the hair braids that were like sewn to the dress. So I think it's super romantic. I love this look. I think they were phenomenal in the execution.
Next we have Ariana Grande and Loey on the left here, which like is fine. Like she looks great, but I just didn't I don't know. I wanted more from this outfit that I just kind of wasn't getting.
I agree. I mean, I think she's a gorgeous girl, beautiful face. The corset I know is like the story of the mother of pearl. Really beautiful corset. I actually
Mhm,
think it'd be beautiful as a wedding dress.
mhm.
Um, I don't think it's a Met Gala look.
No,
I
and
there's not enough excitement to, it didn't
mhm,
bring that fantasy to life. That's what I feel like it fell short.
yeah. And like on the right is what she wore while she was performing like during the Met Gala. And I love this outfit more than what she actually wore on the red carpet. I feel like it's so like ethereal, and it brings in that like fantasy aspect, and like she looks like an elf or like a piece of moss that just like came back to life. And it looks I feel like it's more visually interesting, and there's more of a story behind it than like I put on a really pretty dress.
Absolutely. And I think this is what we were trying to get at too, is that
Mhm,
if you look at this dress in contrast with the ones you wore, I mean, the ones you wore, it's great for a red carpet, you know,
mhm.
like a premiere. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
However, the dress in the right, you could tell that it's so much more interesting in terms of
Mhm,
like, here she looks like she's some creature from the garden. There's a
mhm,
narrative here. There's something
mhm,
like ethereal and out of this world about this dress that just
mhm,
brings your eye to it. And it's the colors and the textures and the movement and the see-through aspect of it. I would have loved to have seen her walk on the carpet with this one
mhm,
outfit. I think we would have all wowed at her
mhm.
because again, gorgeous girl, beautiful face. And this dress would have brought so much more interesting to the carpet than what she actually wore.
Yeah, which
Um,
is just giving us kind of more of just the same old stuff.
yes, I mean,
Next we have Gwendolyn Christie and Maison Margiela.
I'll tell you what I love about this. I love that, she embraced the entire outfit all the way to the hairstyle. So again,
Yeah.
I was telling you like that I wish that makeup and hair were more
Mhm.
inspired to go out of the comfort zone of just making somebody look beautiful. Um, I know we have a common pet peeve on this one. And
Yeah,
it's the mustard yellow shoes that are not working with anything here. Also,
that
the
is the smallest thing that you could have brought to our
Well,
attention.
that's, I mean, that's one of the things that really good,
It
like,
is. It is one of the things. I think the big thing for me is just there's too many lines going on because you have these like the lines on the velvet dress, like by her waist and like by the bust, and then you have these stark vertical lines or horizontal lines on the cape. And it's the textures clash in a way that's just not like visually or aesthetically pleasing. Because I don't even mind the cape so much. I just think it's too stiff of a fabric to put with
next to
the
velvet.
velvet.
Yes, absolutely.
And
And I
then
feel like the bust darts
mhm,
were just not placed properly.
mhm,
And when you're handling such a delicate, bulky fabric, you really have to know where to make the cuts.
yeah,
They were not necessary for this look either. So I don't see the point behind it. They could have had
yeah,
a much cleaner bust line and it
mhm,
would have looked much more elegant.
mhm.
So I definitely think this was a not such a great approach.
Yeah, it's like a half sleigh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because again, the outfit and the
Mhm.
entire,
I
you know,
love the energy that
attitude.
was here. It just
Yeah,
wasn't like
the energy is on
yeah.
point. Her hands, magnificent.
Mhm, mhm,
Hair and makeup, mwah,
mhm.
voila. But just execution on dress overall, not my favorite of the Maison Margiela house.
Yeah. Next we have Tyla in Balmain. And I love this outfit. This is what I want to see more stuff like this. Like this really puts you into the fantasy. Like they did a full body cast of her, and this is all sand. Like it's a big sculpture. Like even down to the clutch of just sands of time. She looks phenomenal in this dress. It's I like hesitate to call it a dress because it really is a sculpture.
It is, and it's a changing
Yeah.
sculpture. I don't know if you watched the video, but the dress
Oh, where like they cut it.
cut the dress, so it continues to change throughout
Mhm,
time, which I thought it was a narrative that was so
mhm,
romantic and on point with the theme. Yes, this was one of my favorite, most creative looks. And despite that, she still looks like a beautiful girl, a beautiful woman.
mhm,
Um, but the whimsical aspect of like the
mhm.
sands of time is definitely here. I mean, this is like a goddess from the desert that just got awakened.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and just oh my God, the sand on like her shoulder and like continued in the makeup. It's on top of like her jewelry on her necklace, and I'm just
The
like
handbag.
the level of detail,
Yes, if you got an up close to the handbag, it was the clock, the sand clock. Oh my
the
God.
hourglass.
The hourglass, yes.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was in love with the entire look.
Next, we have Lena Waithe in Etro. And I really like this look. It goes to show that like you don't always have to just show up in a dress and like be interesting. And I love this take on it. I didn't think that I would like a full leather suit, especially given what's his face from a couple slides ago. Um, but I really like this look. I like the embroidery. I think the detail is incredible. I love the colors on it as well. I think it's a really interesting color palette.
I think it's a great look. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for Lena because, it is May in New York. So I can only imagine what wearing leather must feel like
Mhm,
through the carpet waiting. However, it's a beautiful execution. It's a very bold and strong um, look. I love that. Yes, you can still have, it's like bringing this masculine energy together with the
mhm,
feminine of the embroidery. I think it's really well done. The color story is great. It's really vibrant. You can see, the inspiration behind the theme. I'm not sure exactly what the design approach was here. The crowd, it's like if the woman becomes the gentleman behind it.
mhm.
So I think it's beautiful. I think again, very bold take. Um, very well executed. I
Yeah. So next we have our section of people who showed up to the Met Gala and just kind of wanted to look pretty. They weren't super concerned about really sticking to the theme or doing anything artistic or very interesting. It was just kind of people who were invited and they wanted to take some good photos.
Yeah, which I
And
feel like was most of the people.
we have the car Jenners. Um, oh my lord.
They do look
Um,
pretty. They did
and
look.
that's again going back to the like, yes, yes, I get it. Um,
I think they're on point with their theme.
I'm gonna start with Kylie. She gave us absolutely nothing. I think it's boring. She is just in a dress.
Really
Kendall
beautiful.
Jenner
Yes.
struck my pet peeve of not sticking to the dress code. She did this reawakening of this ensemble because it was never worn by a person before.
Yes, this look.
Maybe she's going for like a crystal look. I don't know. To me, it didn't really give anything. I think it was lazy. I think also
Some people
like
were
that.
critiquing that because they were saying it was taking like a second that that she was repeating her sister's mistake of wearing a gown that shouldn't have been worn.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I feel it feels disrespectful more than anything. It doesn't, like, I don't think that needed to be done.
Beautiful dress. She looks beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, then we have Kim Kardashian, who really leaned into the reawakening Sleeping Beauty bit. She talks about how she, in the inspiration for this look, she just woke up and she put on her boyfriend's sweater and like ran out into the garden and she's having a good time and like her hair is in a braid but it's like falling out because it's like the braid that she put in when she was going to sleep, and I just think it's really stupid. um I think it's really dumb. That's not what the dress code was.
Looking
Two, it
at,
doesn't come across.
I think I'm not quite 100% sure that the sweater was a part of it. I
Yeah,
must say,
people
I
people
looked at
think that she had like a wardrobe malfunction because she's really holding it over that one spot and she's holding it there. So I'm guessing something happened and her boobs were falling out.
I'm not sure. I can't speculate as to what, because usually they have seamstresses on hand to fix issues, and there's a pre-fit, which again, I did get to see little snippets of that. There was no sweater anywhere near that. You get to see the bottom piece being made, you get to see the corset being made. There was no sweater whatsoever.
Yeah.
Which leads
So
me to think, there was no sweater intention, and the sweater really does not go at all with the rest of the outfits.
I feel like the Kar Jenner family gets invited every year because Anna Wintour has a social obligation of inviting people who made reality TV a thing. Um, I don't think that she would want them there. That's
They're
my take.
influential.
Right?
It's an influential family, and
Yeah.
they're beautiful girls. They wanted to look pretty, and they're
So do they. These they're all beautiful dresses in their own sense, but they're not really giving us anything new, anything interesting, anything artistic. It's just kind of different takes on showing up pretty to this gala, which is fine. Like they look great, but it's just I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, it's Emily and the Versace and Chopard dress. To me, it's just like, oh, here is gorgeous body, gorgeous girl. I'm gonna get some Instagram likes.
Yeah.
Nothing much more than that.
Which
For
is no.
Rachel Sagler in the Michael Kors, I just wish she had gone without that, whatever that over overcoat,
The
whatever.
shawl thing.
It just looks like it got picked up from, I don't know, H&M or something last minute. I think it looks
Yeah.
poorly made. Yeah, it looks like a Forever 21 shawl. So she could have just ditched that altogether. It would have made for a much better dress. And
Their Instagrams look good, and that's all they really cared about.
yeah, I mean, if yeah, pretty girls wanting to look pretty for sure.
So next we're going to talk about men at the Met Gala because historically they just kind of don't really give us anything. So we have dude in a suit, which is just kind of, so you've got your dudes in a suit. You've got dude in a suit premium, which is your dude in a suit, but it's like a little bit more interesting. It's got like a little bit of embellishments. And maybe you're Mike Feist and you put a turnip on your suit. Um, but we're not here to talk about them because they're boring. We're not going to give them space because they don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. We are going to give time to the dudes who ate at the Met Gala this year. Starting off, we've got Usher and Alexander McQueen.
Oof, oof. Talk about a dude who ate. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Usher nailed it. He
He
nailed
looks like it's like Phantom of the Opera esque almost. Like I love the rose like dripping down his hand.
it's like
I
coming to the garden.
I hate the hat though. I will say I think the hat is really ugly.
I do agree. They had,
Um,
wow. Yeah.
I don't think it was necessary if he just took it off. And like even underneath, like his coat, like or his suit has like these embellishments on it that you get like little hints of. I love the full black look like this.
Yes.
It's very dramatic and I really, really like it.
I'm a fan of black on black on black. I think that
Mhm.
talks about the level of exquisiteness that goes into the
Mhm.
design. I agree. I'm like, let the cape do the drama with your red rose in your hand. Take the,
I'm mad at whoever didn't fully extend his cape.
yeah, that too. And then they should have had a lint roller. Sorry, I'm looking at all the tiny little details. Lint
Uh,
roller next time, please.
yeah.
Especially if you're wearing black. Um,
Yeah. On a
then
white carpet.
if I could have seen his eyes, he would have really enamored me with this look.
Yeah.
He would have been the captivating, like death
Mhm.
coming through the garden and sweeping all of us away.
I love when you can say like a person and they're wearing themselves. I think that's so iconic. And there's nothing more iconic than this look on the red carpet. Now this is a man who ate and left no crumbs. Like this is everything. He is serving cunt to the highest level.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And he wears it proudly. I
Mhm.
love Harris Reed. I love the look. I love the headpiece, the
Mhm.
hair, the fabric, and the execution on the
Mhm.
top. Yeah, that's
See,
what
this was the two peaks that everyone kept trying to do and just couldn't do it because they were not Harris Reed.
exactly. But this was that really bold
Mhm.
sculptural corset piece done properly, done
Yeah,
accurately. With a damask print fabric. I love it.
yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful silk taffeta. It's beautiful, very regal. I mean,
Mhm.
here is like this figure in the garden that's just
Yeah.
everything you want it to be, and you don't quite know if it's real or not, but it doesn't
Mhm.
matter. It's just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
He looks like a mix between like the birth of Venus and like any romantic sort of depiction of like Jesus like coming at you like with the halo behind you. I love it. I think it's phenomenal.
It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. And the
Mhm.
attitude and the energy that he carried, definitely a man who ate, for sure.
So next we have Harris Reed and Harris Reed. Next we have Barry Keoghan in Burberry.
Oof.
And I love this look. He's like our little Mad Hatter, like this gentleman, truly, with his top hat. He looks great. I love him in every shot that he's in, and he looks so, so good.
I love even like the little bags that he's got from like maybe lack of sleep. I don't know, but he looks just yummy. This is velvet done right. What I one can
No, you're so right.
this,
Um,
like this is how you do layers of velvet. This is how you do romance.
I love the little pocket watch. It's so cute.
Yes, the bucket
I
watch
wish we got like
silk scarf.
shot of him like holding it. That would have been cool.
Yes, no, this is romance for sure.
Mhm.
This is taking me back to time and then bringing me back to today's century.
And
Uh,
it's like, you know what? If you want to wear a suit, fine. But this is the suit that I want you to give us.
yes, yes. This is to me whimsical. He
Yeah, like the
boundaries.
exaggerated ascot. Like I feel like the lines are a lot sharper.
Yes.
It's very theatrical, and I'm very much here for it.
Oh, I love it. I think he definitely looks yummy. You can edit that out.
I'm don't. Oh my lord!
He did though.
I'm gonna let you compose yourself.
Okay. Hold on. He did. He was like my dream. Okay. All right.
Next, we have La Roche, who this is Zendaya's stylist, and I love their story together, and I love the way that they work together. He's very much going a bit more understated, um, so that he can truly let Zendaya shine, but still very much on theme. And I love this all white ensemble.
I
And he's got this snake necklace that ties into kind of like the fruits of the garden theme that Zendaya had going on. And just like the embellishments that he has on the bottom of the suit, the hand lace like embroidered on is, I think it's stunning. I think, it's very simple, but it's very, very well executed.
well, I was gonna say, it's very royalty like to wear white.
Mhm,
I mean, it's really, really, something very special. And
mhm,
the the way that it was carried out with the shimmer and the pants and the embellishments in the suit part, and then that beautiful Bulgari serpent necklace to like tie it all together. He knows how to tell his story, and he's
mhm.
not afraid to shine and take his spotlight.
As
Um,
he should.
as yeah, very well earned,
And like the slick back hair, like
he did
he
so
served.
very elegantly.
Mhm,
He stepped out, but in a very elegant, very like secure, beautiful, like whimsical, but not over the top.
mhm.
So totally eight for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Next, we have Jeremy Pope and Tanner Fletcher. And see, this is a man who ate, like he served cunt, like times 10. Like the I just like killed my old husband that I married for his money, like like robe, but like in the sleeves, and then like the lingerie, like little bits on there. I just don't know
He he
how
look-
this pertains.
he looks like he went to one of those old French castle
Mhm.
parties and not only killed the husband but made out with the maid.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what it is,
Then maybe
but
he
I really
runs
love
he runs
I
wild
love this
garden.
energy though. So I'm not gonna shit on him too hard. 'Cause I love the energy. I simply don't understand where it came from. I feel like he showed up to the wrong event. I feel like he was maybe supposed to go to like a rich person's sex party. Like in what's that movie? The cult movie where they're all wearing masks, and I think like Tom Cruise is in it or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm terrible for movie names, but I get the reference.
Yeah. I feel like he should have been like there with like a little like
I He looks the part. He looks the
he
part.
looks great though.
The abs, the chest. Yeah.
Uh just like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that. Next we have Jaden Smith in Tom Brown.
Love,
I
love, love.
really love this look. I love all of the different elements to it. I love the layers. I love like the different parts of the jacket.
Again, Tom Brown for me is what a magnificent designer, someone I admire very much. He's got a beautiful house. Again, when it comes to couture, he never disappoints. The level of detail that went into like and you see the multi-layers that go into this outfit, into creating this entire ensemble. And he carries it so well. He tells the
Mhm.
story. I mean, this is the gentleman it through like the modern garden. I feel like it's so romantic
Yeah.
down to like can't tell like if they're slippers, but I love it. It's
Mhm.
fascinating. uh yes, 10 out of 10. He did so well.
He truly ate.
Yeah. Oof.
Next, we have Jordan Roth in Valentino, which I think is probably one of my, it's like definitely top five looks of the night. Just the life cycle of the flower from like birth to death
Yeah.
and like being able to fully embody that. See, this is sleeves done right, or not sleeves, gloves done correctly.
Yes. Yes. The
Like it
arms,
blends in
the
seamlessly
shoulders on the,
too.
yes, I love, I mean, but talk about somebody who took the theme and ran with it.
The
Valentino.
makeup to die for.
Oof, beautiful, beautiful. And the attitude and the vibe behind him. I mean, if you look underneath, he's wearing all pink, which I'm like, oh, put me a man in pink any day, and I will
Mhm,
say
mhm.
he ate.
It's
Um,
like it almost kind of looks like a tampon, but like in a way that I love.
but this is
Like
a,
I
yeah,
love this tampon.
this is a tampon I wouldn't mind having next to me. I love it. I think Jordan Roth looks phenomenal, and I
Yeah.
think Valentino did great. This is
Mwah.
Yeah, I want to
Kisses.
see more
Kisses.
of this on next year's
Mhm.
red carpet. This is
Yes.
this is
More men need to show up like that.
representation for men. Yes.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. Let's manifest that.
Sebastian Stan and Cartier. I love this look.
He's the
This is
bad
another
boy
one.
in the garden.
Mhm. He's it's almost giving like that one guy in the Matrix. What's his
Yeah,
name? Um, I really like it. I love the detail. I love the embroidery on the coat. I love how curated this look is. See, this is sunglasses that I don't mind on the carpet.
he's got the badass, I'm a badass
Mhm.
attitude, the badass like goatee, everything,
Yeah.
like down to like the little watch bracelet thing going on.
Mhm.
Again, black on black, which always looks stunning, but this is done
Mhm.
really well. You could tell like the intricate details in the bottom of the coat.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful. The attitude is great. Well, I was gonna say he comes to rub you in the garden, like steal you away.
Next, we have Jeff Goldblum in Prada, and this is like the quirkiest gentleman. I love it. I love all like the different things that he has, and it looks very much alive, which is what I love about this. It feels natural. It doesn't even feel like a costume. It's like he is this interesting gentleman who's well traveled and like
Yeah.
has stuff to say. Like he's curated this garden. You know,
Yeah,
this is his garden. He's planted everything, and he has like a
it's
cool
what
story to go behind all of it.
yes, this is somebody who's watched his garden bloom and has
Mhm,
been a part of the process. This is something that, this is a gentleman that's been weathered through
mhm,
time, but weather in every single
mhm.
right way of being weathered. Like,
Yeah,
he looks
aged like
stunning.
fine wine.
Yeah,
Jeff Goldblum is always so interesting, and like always, being an actor like definitely brings in like a narrative to like the stuff that he wears.
he looks stunning.
Next, we have Olivier Roosting in Balmain, who is part of Tyla's look. He was the one who constructed the and like sculpted the dress, and he did a sculpture of his face and wore that. And I think that that in itself is such like an insane power move. And
Yeah,
I absolutely love that for him. I mean, he has the face to do it as well. And just showing up in the Met Gala and being like, oh, I'm wearing me, like
yeah.
literally.
Well, I mean,
And you know,
yes, he's a great, stunning creative director. I think that aside from obviously like the stunning sculpture of his face and his chest, I also love the high like impact shoulder pads and the bell bottom pants.
I
Oof.
love a good bell bottom. I love a
I
good bell bottom. It adds movement to something that could look very stiff.
and I feel like it speaks of like that gender neutral, like anybody, I can see this take like this
Mhm,
look being worn by men or women, and I think it looks
mhm,
great. I love it. I'm in love with it. I think it's simple, simplistic, but
mhm,
very intricate.
for sure. Next, we have Wisdom K in Robert Woon. And oh my gosh, this is how you do deterioration. I feel like there were a lot of people who tried to make this look happen and just did not succeed the way that he did because it looks purposeful. It doesn't look like, oh, I just like dragged my dress on like rocks before I got here. It's like it's old and it's burnt and there's a story here and it goes all the way up to the hat. Like this is how you do a hat. Like
Also,
Usher's hat was ugly. This is a hat.
yes, this is how you do a hat. This is proper millinery work. This is handwork, stitching,
Mhm.
pleating, so many details coming together. I mean, stunning execution, the fit, the color, the regalness of the look itself. Red is a very strong, powerful color. This was definitely the proper way to execute it. And his look and his vibe, I mean, he
Mhm.
nailed it.
For sure. This is Dan Levy in Loewe. And this is like the male counterpart to the Loewe dress that we talked about earlier. And I love it. The same story of like, it's kind of flowers slowly deteriorating and like going away as the crystal garden gets plucked and plucked. And I love it. It's interesting, it's fun.
I see it as like the night coming over and just covering the garden and its
Mhm.
shadows. Uh,
Mhm.
I feel like it's very romantic. I love how it was brought all the way down, the
Mhm.
trouser. Um, I think it goes really well with his vibe as well. If you look at his face, he's whimsical, he's got like a
Mhm.
chill attitude. I think it's a great look. And it comes, it's really out of the comfort zone too, because all of the color
Mhm.
floweries. I think it's great.
Mhm.
He definitely looks stunning.
I actually have my favorite look of the night is Gustav Magnar Witzo in Versace.
Ooh,
And it's a shame that there weren't any like Vogue pictures of like the full cape. Like this, I had to search for this full cape photo. And oh my God, like this is what I wanted. This is the fantasy that
yeah,
I wanted. And
yes.
just oh my God, like a man in tights. A
The
man in tights.
the gloves, the tights, the everything, the hair, the
It's
look. I mean,
so
this is who
it's
yeah.
mhm. This is a story character truly come to life, and I love it. And just like all of the rhinestones, like throughout, like the outfit, and then like on like the tunic bit, like looking almost like chainmail, like he's like a warrior prince, sort of,
Um,
but like an elven warrior prince
this is the elven warrior prince that I wanted to come steal me from the garden. I
for
mean,
sure. He can steal me from the
this
garden.
yes, this is the fairy tale. This is the fantasy. This is
Mm-hmm,
the couture. This is the art piece.
mm-hmm,
This is what I picture when I think of a Met Gala carpet.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
this,
mm-hmm.
this is like bringing the
This
theme.
is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. And not everyone delivered this energy.
Oh my God. And the fact that it was brought out by a man, I'm like, oh, yes.
Mwah,
I
mwah,
mean,
mwah, mwah.
kudos,
Chef's kiss.
kudos.
I love it.
Yes. I take my hat down, like the best.
Nice to round off this section. We have BYOF, which is bring your own flower. Because I noticed there were a lot of people who were so inspired by the Crystal Garden theme that they decided to bring their own flowers to the garden. Um, I don't know why people felt the need to do this. I think Camila Cabello is the only one who gets a true pass because her clutch, it's like the spray painted, like metallic flower encased in ice, and it's like this clutch that like deteriorates as she walks the carpet. It actually broke while she was on the carpet, so she's just holding this block of ice that's like melting all over her, which I love is like kind of like an interactive art piece. But I don't think we needed to bring your own flowers to a garden. That could just be me. I think that's a little bit of a hot take.
I agree. I don't know. And also, like, what about what's up with the ones wrapped in like the plastic vinyl paper?
Like still on yeah, like why?
Not quite sure.
Yeah. And it's like why picnic baskets? I didn't get it. It was something that I noticed. I wanted to point it out. I thought it was funny.
It was a theme that I did notice as well. Hey,
Mhm. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to all of our ramblings. This is going to be this is gonna be a tradition. Well, it's already been a tradition because every year we do FaceTime and judge all of the Met Gala looks. And I can't wait to keep doing this every year. And yeah, so you'll hear more about kind of just our fashion takes.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I love this episode. I love this time that we shared together. And now with you guys, so I'm definitely looking forward to the next time.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much for
you guys
having
so
me.
much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. If you hit the bell notification, you'll get notified every single time that I post, and I will literally love you forever. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Hearts. I We're not including Michael Shannon in this because he's just another dude in a suit, and there are all these people who are like on the internet who try to make something out of it, and they're like, oh, but like he's got this Balenciaga chip bag because it's something that is artificial and it's preserved with all these preservatives and artificial stuff, and it's like the way that time doesn't pass and it doesn't erode and doesn't go to waste the way that it should, and it's a conversation about like time and the way that we involved, like, and I hate it. It's so fucking dumb. Like that's not at all what this is.
It's just a potato bag.
It's just a bag of chips.